Hey everybody, welcome back to day 3 of the Cleveland Tom Industries Haiku Slam. I, of course, am your host, Cleveland Tom. Today we're going to get through another 200 or so haikus to keep everybody entertained, and of course close off with the very well received 2022 haiku report. I'm aware of that, Brady. So, before we wait too long, a couple things and reminders, of course. There will be no stream tomorrow. The last 2 streams will take place on Friday and Saturday. And all the Saturday time is TBD. Friday time is most likely in the evening time. We're looking forward to getting this done. I want to thank all of you for your patience, for your interest, and all that good stuff tonight. Your viewership and your participation so far has been just the best. So without further ado, it would have to be at like 10 at night. There's just no way I should do it reasonably, Brandy. So without further ado, I have to drive to approximately Erie, Pennsylvania. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay? For real, like don't mess around. Oh yes, here comes the star of the show. That's correct. However, Monday you have a pretty good chance of getting haikus on the board. Hello, everybody. Looks like somebody left me a cool, refreshing beverage. We'll have some of that. But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road. This is a haiku meta topic, talking about myself and my many gifts and my status in the world. This one's titled Being Haiku Master. For some, it's a gift to wield the format freely in one cool vessel. I say this a lot. Truer words never, ever spoken. This one is another haiku about the other guy, the guy who kind of runs the show here. It's titled, we've done many of these actually, there's probably a handful of these. This one's titled Cleveland Tom. He's Ohioan. Father, poet, and gamer? You'll laugh some, I guess. I don't find him particularly entertaining at all. That one was a hocus the pocus haiku. For the people in the back, Brandy. Say it for the people in the back. This one is from June, where I took it upon myself to fire our pal Cyphers from his own stream. Pissed off the boss. Mass insubordination. So he had to go. You know, I'll fire Slife every day if I have to. Should come back though, buddy. We miss you. Take a day off. Come hang out with us. This one is not one I'm really fond of. Jedi greetings. This one's one I'm not really fond of. It's a Brandy joint from June, making the declarative statement that Haiku Tom smells like BO. Bathing optional. natural deodorant, light chicken soup smell. I'll have you know that I have agreed to take 4 showers this year. Not one more, though. This one covers a regular standard day of existence for Cleveland Tom. It's titled The Usual Day. 2 times snooze alarm, at work, before feeling tired, cashing, before home. I have it on good authority that he doesn't really cash that much anymore due to familial obligations. Well, you told me I stink and made me write a haiku about it, Brandy. This one's a bit of a meta commentary, kind of for Cleveland Tom. It's his opinion on what it takes to be a man. This one's titled "Being a Man," in exclamation point and capital man. Path of righteousness, shouldering life's heavy load with little fanfare. I don't shoulder any of life's load. I'm an artist, a creator, a dreamer. Life's easy for me. This one is from the saga that gripped the Cleveland Tom stream throughout the summer, Brandy's attempt to transition from full-time to part-time. This one's titled Work Won't Let You Go, Part-Time. Eternal labor. Even prisoners have rights. Let my Brandy go. Didn't think you get a song out of it, did you? Let's see. This is one from Cleveland Tom himself. I let the host popped a few out. This is the commemoration of the 1,000th haiku that we did. It's titled 1K Haikus. Century times 10. A kilo of anything amounts to a lot. GG's everybody. I'm getting all the way to 1,000. Next year I won't keep the 1,000th one for myself. That seems selfish. This one is going back to gaming. In the game we speedran quite a bit in the summer this year. Super Mario Bros. 3. It's known as the World 1 Jail. It's titled World 1 in SMB3. You must play it first. Majority of runs die. Avoid belly flop. Avoid those belly flops in gaming and in life. This one, you know, I don't need to interact with you that much, guys. Cleveland Tom cares about birthdays. Haiku Tom only cares about the art and his sweet, sweet drugs. You may not know this, we were down for nearly a month due to some stream issues, if you saw the presentation. When we celebrated our triumphant return with this haiku titled Being Away from Stream. Haiku champs return. Absence made hearts grow fonder, like I never left. All it did was cost us haikus. I'm naturally aloof, Brandy. What more do you want from me? Anybody who talked to me knows that I'm an aloof individual. Haiku Tom's an aloof individual. This one here, we are celebrating a new addition to the Cleveland Tom family. I believe it was Kelmez, based on the information here. It's titled New Follower. South American, dreams of Brazilian summer. Sao Paulo province. You know, not to make puns, but I hope to have a Brazilian follower someday. Moving right along. This one's from December, late in the year. It's about a very popular game. It's titled Tetris. Drop four square blocks. It's Russia's greatest export. make lines disappear. Ultimate credit, thank you for stopping in during the Haiku Slam. We are reading the 1,000 haikus that we wrote this year on stream. This one goes back to the fall when our very own Cleve Jr. became a student for the first time. It's titled First Day of School. He climbs the bus stairs, eager to learn and grow. Came back a new boy. He came back a new boy when he came off the bus that first time. I could sense a change in him. This one talks about a paradox in any of your wish-based lore. It's titled Wishing for More Wishes. Always with a scam. Offered a powerful gift. How can I get more? Remember, there are blessings and gifts everywhere. Be happy with what you have from time to time. This is a Brandy themed haiku. Brandy's emotes are Hello Kitty based and themed. This haiku is titled Brandy's Kitties. Brandy's cat army. It's a fine set of emotes. One is passing gas. Convince me otherwise, chat. Convince me otherwise. Stop having farting cat emotes, and I'll stop talking about them. You know, we do a little gaming here too. A game that I have played in real life, never completed, but we talked about playing. The Legend of Zelda 2, or The Legend of Zelda, The Adventure of Link, otherwise known as Zelda 2. Side-scrolling action. A big difficulty spike. Return of Ganon? We'll be playing this in 2023. Probably some here on the stream. This one is from the Ultra Minimalist section of Ohio-themed sports teams and cities and topics. This one titled The Columbus Blue Jackets. The fit is so weird. Columbus needed something. Just give them hockey. I'm not a hockey fan, or a fan of hockey fan, or a fan of the Columbus Blue Jackets. This one is from June. It was a bit of future planning. This one's titled Haiku Sale in July. July is coming. Sale of the century. It's half off haikus. I must say the haiku sale went incredibly successful for us. We'll do another one next year. That haiku was excited about something that was a month out at the time. This one is from our pal Gustavo Shrapnel, an accomplished Ninja Gaiden runner. This haiku is titled Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaidening. Game wants you to fail. Ryu won't cooperate. I swear I pressed jump. A tale as old as Ninja Gaiden speedrunning, committed into the form of the haiku. This one, fantasy football themed. Cleveland Tom had the first pick in the fantasy football draft and was plagued with a very difficult decision. This haiku is titled Trading the First Pick in the Fantasy Draft. Saquon was risky. Needed some draft capital. I still got my guy. We're in the third place game in this league right now. Ultimate credit, thank you for redeeming Cleve News. We're in the second week of being off. We're banging through the third of 5 proposed haiku streams. I'm feeling pretty good. Took Cleve Jr. bowling today. We had a good time. Pretty simple day around here. I drank mimosas today in the morning because my father-in-law discovered mimosas on his trip to Mexico. This one, you may not know this, chat, is I am known for wearing costumes on stream from time to time. One of them is in the shape of a hot dog. This haiku is titled Hot Dog Clee. A moldy costume. A streamer needs his gimmick. Half hot dog, half man. I believe I've written 3 to 5 haikus about Hot Dog Tom over the course of the year. Hot Dog Cleve or Hot Dog Tom. There's an emote for it somewhere. Where's that emote at? In case you were interested in something super exciting. Let's not. Oh, there it is. Please do enjoy. Get those Cleve hot dog emotes out. This is a very Brandy-centric one. The High Queen gets her fair share of haikus. This one is titled Not Thanking Brandy Anymore. Brandy hates thank yous. Gratitude isn't a crime. I won't not do it. You can take my thank yous from my cold, dead hands, Brandy. From my cold, dead hands. This one discusses a hobby of Cleveland Tom, the rather interesting and fun hobby of geocaching. Travel and explore. Find Tupperware in the woods. Check your stats and flex. I can say we have not been geocaching for almost 4 months due to lifestyle changes that had to be made. Thank you for the reigning Hot Dog Tom's Jedi. It's very much appreciated. As a speedrunner, sometimes you get close to success, on the precipice of greatness or personal best, or just feeling like you achieved something. Periodically, the flesh and the brain don't cooperate. This one's titled NES Gaming Yips. Hands, mind, can't agree. Familiar retro game grounds, reduced to failure. Nasty business out here on these speedrunning streets. Am I right, chat? Am I right? This one is from our pal Dr. TP. He wanted to talk about his favorite animal. This one's titled Trash Pandas. Adorable thieves, steal your heart and your garbage. Eyes gaze from the dark. This is the best artistic representation of a raccoon that's ever been done in the history of the world. It's probably second place also. This one, this is a celebrity death from this year. This happened 6 months ago already. Go figure. The Queen of England passed away. Queen Elizabeth, I believe, II. This one's titled The Queen. Wealthy landowner. Seems like a nice old lady. No real power, though. Just a rich old lady. Shuffling off the mortal coil. I think I covered this one again when she actually dies. That was not the death one for her. This one is a Kosloop special, who's currently not here. He's doing Swedish stuff right now. This one's titled Country is Farm Emo. Broad themes of sadness, black mascara or farm hat, just different keys. That's really all it is. I mean, every people have their sad music, no matter what you're into. I don't care for that one that much. That one's a little bit underwritten. I'll tell you that. Oh boy. This is from our pal helfmyselp. Very important part of the Cleveland Tom industry. He wants us to... This one's titled Fire Health into the Sun. He burns so brightly. Fire him and his energy where it could be stored. I am agreeing to fire my friend from a cannon into the sun because he burns so bright the earth cannot hold him. That's what I'm getting at. This one features one of the essential speedrunning maneuvers in Super Mario Bros. 3. It's from our pal Jay Riggs back in May. It's titled 7-1 Clip. Greats do it in 2. Plebs can take many attempts. Time to grease it up. Let's get greasy, chat. Let's get greasy. nose wiggle. This is a Brandy haiku discussing one of her favorite pastimes and one of her favorite things in life. It's titled Clean Kitchen. The heart of the home must make the kitchen sparkle for tomorrow's meal. Clean kitchen, clean soul. Am I right there, B? This one is a haiku sale haiku. When thinking about how to format the sale based on demand, ultimately, I decided on a way to produce haikus somewhat efficiently and keep the process moving. This haiku is titled 20 Haikus in a Row with an exclamation point. 60 written lines, counting on fingers and toes, testing endurance. This was a bit of a feat of endurance. Doing all those haikus. We did 125 haikus in about 8 hours, and played video games, and had pizza. This one is from the haiku sale as well. It covers a very popular 80s band, Def Leppard, and their song. One of their songs. This haiku is titled 2 Steps Behind. Def Leppard's slow jam reminds one of strong closeness, even one's parting. You know, even the people that aren't with us any longer are still with us in spirit. Or just a little piece of our heart that we will never let go. This one is from the haiku sale. It talks about our neighbors, our sister country, Britain. It's titled British Weather. It's island weather, but not the tropical kind. No risk of sunburn. Though earlier we read a haiku that confirmed they reached 100 Celsius or 100 Fahrenheit for maybe the first time in recorded history there. So perhaps sunburn is back on the table. We took to Cleveland Town Stream down to Texas over Labor Day weekend. One of the highlights for me personally was a trip to the swap meet. This haiku's titled Swap Meet. Close eyes, imagine all of your worldly heart desires. Oh, it's over there. What a beautiful place. I do want to go back. I'm swap meet people. We picked up a couple NES carts there. Another food-themed one from our pal Gustavo Shrapnel. This one is titled Oversized Pizza. An ocean of sauce, pepperoni in acres. Save some for breakfast. You shouldn't eat a whole pizza by yourself. I don't care how hungry you are. Restraint, moderation is one of the great gifts you can give yourself. This one is from the haiku sale. It's about one of my favorite streamers and one of my favorite people from Twitch. It's titled Alice. Swedish, not Danish. My inspiration to stream. Ship her with Doontap. Though that ship, no pun intended, but pun always intended, has sailed. I think everyone's moved on to greener and greater pastures. At least as far as my fan fiction goes. This one is an interesting topic. It covers my love for ska music. Wouldn't call it a love, but appreciation for ska music. It's from June. It's for helfmyselp. It's titled Skanking. Ska required dancing. Playing on my air trumpet. Stay out of the pit. 'Cause when I'm in the pit, I like to punch and kick. This is a combination of several topics we've done before. From Rocket Sauna on the haiku sale. We've done a lot of haikus about bacon. We've done a lot of haikus about Ganon. This haiku is titled Making Bacon. of Ganon. An insipid swine. His magic is Hyrule's bane. Time for a pork harvest. Interestingly enough, Pork Harvest was my name when I was in adult films. I mean, look at me, of course I was. This one is ripped from the headlines. Our man, High Flyer, had an excellent run in the Mega Man X tournament. This haiku's titled Flyer pulling out 2 upsets in the Mega Man X tourney. Mega Man X tourney rises to the occasion, leaves 2 in his wake. GG's to you, Bagler. You deserve it. You're gonna get more next time, and it won't be a surprise. This is a bit of a meta haiku. It's about what Toms, all the Toms, I suspect, or just me and Cleveland Tom, would wish. It's called Tom's Wish. A simple creature. If all the Toms united, we wish for tall boys. And by that, I mean alcoholic beverages in large cans, not youths of large stature. Very important to separate those two. This one is from April Fool's Day. You know, in a life full of scams, sometimes you gotta acknowledge that the game is rigged. This haiku is titled Rigged. Perhaps it's a scam. No one should get those bomb drops. Scammer on the throne. I don't even remember what this is in context of. I assume Legend of Zelda, but I don't really know whom or why it was there. This one, related to the previous Tom's Wish, is Cleveland Tom's wish. The lateness of a wife, an unpunctual partner, get her on my time. What I understand about Cleveland Tom is he's a simple creature with simple needs. He just wants to be on time for things. I have all the time in the world, as I'm a ne'er-do-well bum. We'll get a lot done in an hour, Brandy. Don't sweat it. And plus, remember, VOD will be up, and this will all be on the YouTube channel. But I want to get these. I got to get these recorded. So, this one is about a Z1 enemy that you don't see until World 9 or Level 9 rather. This one's called Petra. Your kids as weapons, spinning around like a dork. Ganon's last defense. I guess so. I mean, I don't worry about that. I'm the talent. What did the other dork say? That's the guy you need to listen to. This one is a sports themed topic. Cleveland Tom and myself are both fans of mixed martial arts and boxing. This was titled MMA versus boxing. Multiple fight styles, defense from constant threats. Boxing just feels dead. It does feel dead. I'll take a look and see where they are, Brandy. I know I've been recording them live too. I should have plenty of streams. Oh yes. We have many, many, many saved up here. So, no need to worry. This one is another one from the ultra minimalist Ohio City and Sports Team collection, a town that no one thinks about. It's titled Toledo. Southern Michigan, a place with no character, won it in a war. If Michigan wants it, they can take it from my cold, dad hands. We're not giving anything away. This one is the September 6th version of the Cleve News Haiku. Return from vacay. Browns versus Carolina. The boy. School ready. It was an exciting summer and fall here in the Cleveland Tom Stream. As a speed runner of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, one of the challenges you have to face, especially when grinding or trying to get that first round 1 victory. This haiku is titled, Fighting Tyson Again and Again and Again. Just like Groundhog Day, only way to meet your goals. Punch, reset, repeat. We're temporarily retired from Punch-Out, so you won't be seeing it for a while. This one's from Dr. TP. I don't know if this is in relation to something that exists in fiction or whatnot. It's titled, Florgians. Hardcore warriors. Never get on their bad side. Give them their money. And this haiku, a Florgian is some kind of mercenary. I don't know if a Florgian is a thing. I don't know what it means. I don't know what all that means. Sometimes I just write the haikus. To be specific, sometimes I just present the haikus. The other guy writes most of them. That's a tasty beverage. This one is food themed. It covers a fast food property with a very dubious reputation. It's titled Taco Bell. Cheap food in great mass. Must be intoxicated. Run for the border. Why are they not paying me millions of dollars right now for this haiku? It's gold, Jerry, gold. The stream is frequented by many teachers, and especially amongst the haiku champs. And this haiku is reminiscent of probably their favorite part of the year. This haiku is titled Summer Break. Teaching year complete. We'll watch some game shows and take naps. Perhaps work part-time. I believe the teachers have earned their break. Not my business what you do with that free time that you've so very much earned. Thank you for the oh yes, Jedi. This is another personal preference haiku. There's quite a few of these. Writing utensil choices are essential in communication. This one's titled Pencil versus Pen. Hands smudging graphite. Erasers create mistakes. Ink is permanent. And anybody who watches the stream knows all Cleve haikus are written in ink because I simply don't have enough blood to do it that way. And a lot of platformers, particularly Super Mario Bros. 3, along with the pits. There's plenty of instant deaths by following into the marinara, the red sauce, whatever you want to call it. This haiku is titled Lava Bath. A drafty castle. One seeks warmth in red fluid, hot enough to kill. Spicy. Muy caliente. This is a polyglot stream now. Get like me, or never understand what's going on. This one is from our man, Ultra Minimalist. Getting political. There's a rare political haiku. This one's titled Not Trusting Congressmen. Tries to seem normal, waiting for the big payday on the national scene. Anybody trying to get ahead in the world, those are the ones you got to be aware of. Obviously, I don't trust anything. I'm a ne'er-do-well with sunglasses and a beret. I'd be an anarchist, but that requires effort. This one is from the haiku sale. We received many bits that day. This haiku is titled Big Biddies. Generosity. Amount is unimportant. I'll take them all, though. Just the thought that counts. I appreciate all the little biddies we got during that day and everything we get on stream here in general. I greatly appreciate it. It's just a show of everybody's generosity and that there's a little bit of something going on here that's interesting. This one is from our pal Cyphers. It's another work-themed haiku. He works so much hours at his job that he barely understands what this word means anymore. This haiku is titled Full-Time. Standard compliment, living the working man's life. 40 plus OT. Though I believe we did a 56 and a 52 hour work week haiku for Scythe during the year, so please work a regular shift, Scythe. It's just pizza. Can't take the money to the box with you. This one features our High Queen herself, but not from her, discussing the day that she first graced the world with her presence. This haiku is titled Brandy's Birthday. Do her a favor. Please stay out of her kitchen. Let her clean in peace. All the girl wanted was to clean her kitchen without you futzing it up. Let's hope you were successful. And let's hope you're successful next year too. You be the judge. This is a subjective art. This one is from the haiku sale. It's called Tom Getting Trained. Taking Cleve to school. Returning with some new skills. He's been born anew. And I do believe that we are all vessels in a state of constant change and growth. And we're being trained by life in one way or another. Good habits or bad. That was unnecessarily talky, wasn't it? This one features from our run of playing Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's one of the last things you do in a vanilla playthrough. It's titled Big Bomb Dude. 100 rupees. Give the fat fairy a gift and get your upgrade. Just don't dash away, the bomb won't go with you. That last part was editorializing of my own art. We're off the rails already. This one, another gem from the haiku sale. Like 20% of our haikus or so are from the haiku sale. Like a little less, like 18 or 19%. Something like that. This haiku really covers the feeling that I had during that day. It's titled, So Many Haikus, So Little Time. Haiku orders mount, a Herculean effort to stem haiku tide. I will say, writing that many haikus was the equivalent of smoking the whole pack. And let's just say, I didn't feel like smoking for a while after that. But we got done, didn't we? And we're basking in the fruits of that labor right now. This one is also from the haiku sale. Our pal Budsy was out there doing a little Sega Genesis on Casual Fridays. It's called Budsy playing Beavis and Butthead. Dopey Highland teens re-experience his youth and headbang a bit. It is a cultural touchstone for a lot of people of a certain age, including myself, if I'm being honest with you. Let's see what's next here. This one is about our friend, the Phenomenal Sir. It's titled, Being a Phenomenal Person. A rad ponytail supporting your bros in jank and encourage them. You should check out the Phenomenal Sir on Twitch if you get the chance. He's a solid dude. The Phenomenal Sir, one word, because I don't think he has spaces in Twitch handles. This one is actually from the Phenomenal Sir. There's a bit of lore involving this game. It's a Sega Genesis game. It's an odd game. I don't think I've enjoyed watching it. But I was asked to make a complete fabrication of events. This haiku is called Tom Plays Rings of Power. He knows where to go. He marvels at the graphics, understands combat. Clearly a work of fiction this haiku was. Perhaps one of the great works of fiction in all of English literature. One man's opinion. This one is from our pal Darthling. He must have been feeling some frustration with the world around him. This haiku is titled The Death of Common Sense. Lead me by the hand. I'm unable to decide. Spoon feed me the way. The death of common sense means you can't handle your own problems with the guidelines that serve all of us. Be self-actualizing individuals. That's what it's there for. We're nothing if not united by a common set of morals and standards with very little deviation across the board. This is a Brandy one from back in May. She must have been working a lot. This one is titled Too Tired to Enjoy Life. Work to make money, to turn cash to happiness, leaves one exhausted. You're probably half asleep right now. If you're awake at all. This haiku goes back into Tom Meta from Nintendo Joey. It's titled Most Hated Video Game. Broncos quarterback. Doesn't feel much like football. Can't even throw the ball. That game is a game I really detest, titled John Elway's Quarterback for the NES. I do recall waking up early in the morning and playing it before people woke up, even though I hated it, because that's just what you did back then. This haiku is about one of my favorite subjects. We've written many Doontap haikus in the course of a year. This haiku is titled Doontap's Feelings. Gruff exterior. The words and threats mean nothing. Secretly loves us. Maybe not anymore. I haven't seen him around. Maybe he hates us after all. Maybe he actually hates us after all. What can I say? I don't make the rules. Let's go to the next one here. Nintendo Joey, way back in May, chose a topic that has definitely changed over time in its context socially. This haiku's titled Ringtone. Attention getter. Never changed from factory. Let's see who's calling. I'm using factory ringtone. I don't need a better ringtone than that. We're like Pavlov's dogs anyway right now. Ooh, and this one from September. This is the September 17th Cleve News haiku. Lazy Saturday. Tomorrow at the Browns game. Harvest potatoes. I never got to harvest these potatoes. My father-in-law beat me to it. But I did eat the potatoes, so I felt like I earned them. It was my idea. This one, a rarity from our pal and smut provocateur, Miss Liz. Clothing haiku. We don't do a lot of clothing haikus. This haiku is titled Lace Dresses. A woman's message, while alluring to the eye. Explore her body. It's not a smart weapon. Whoever sees it's gonna see it. This is an interesting haiku. People like me to write haikus about things that I've declared I'll never do. This haiku is titled, from my boy Dr. Trash Panda in September, titled Tom Doing a Z3 Rando. with limited tech and impossibility. Disinterested. In the words of my brother's grandfather, no, plain old no. That being said, I'm doing Z1 rando right now, so I'm a hypocrite. I'll lie to you every chance I get, chat. Every chance I get. This is a Brandy one from September. She's a busy lady trying to have a job and manage a household. One way to minimize that load, a bit of a force multiplier, is through some creative cooking practices. This haiku is titled Crock-Pot Meals for Busy People. The tenderest meats. Crock-pot prep at glacial speed. Reward without work. We do a carnitas here. Miss Cleve does a carnitas here that comes out fantastic. You know, you just... I'll explain to you. I don't care. You put it in a crock pot. That's the whole thing. You just put it in a crock pot and cook it and then shred it up. Why am I making this difficult? This one, a Brandy one also from September 6th. Something you'll never run into here on the Cleveland Tom stream. This haiku's titled Toxic Streams. The streamer hates you. Sees that chat as dollar signs. Weed the weak ones out. Remember, we don't need anybody's money here. We just want your love. But if love expresses money, we'll take money. My goal is to keep this a not jerk-filled chat. This one is for me directly, explicitly, with the assumption that I only eat food if it's been infused with the active ingredient in marijuana. This haiku's titled Pot-Infused Dinners for Haiku Tom. I do like this song. THC infused, square food is for square people. Feed your flesh and your mind. That is certainly something that I would say. Certainly. This one is from Ultra Minimalist. I don't consider Flyer toxic. Flyer's a pretty square dude. I like Flyer. He's not that way. This one is something that I want all of you to think about when you're lurking in the Cleveland Tom stream. This was titled Cleve Bucks are the best value on Twitch. Pay for time on Twitch. Spend them on Cleve Haiku. Non-transferable. Non-transferable. Oh, jeez. This one goes back to... It's a common popular film. I know if you go to our pal Site's chat, it comes up frequently. If you type this word into his chat box, it's titled Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call? Schlubby exterminators. Venkman was a creep. Mind you, a creep by 2022 standards, not by 1984 standards. That's just what you did back then. Ooh, this one's a good one. We talked about my least favorite game of all time. This one from Montreal Chris way back in May. Greatest video game of all time. SNES or SNES JRPG. Spiky-haired protagonist. A time travel romp. I'll have you know that I am a gigantic fan of the game Chrono Trigger. If you haven't played it, you're a fan of the genre. First of all, if you're a fan of JRPGs, you're not if you haven't played Chrono Trigger. I'll be a gatekeeper on that. I don't give a shit. This one's by our pal Angelic Jade. Back during her days of speedrunning Super Mario Bros. 3, it's titled Never Getting Sub-Hour. 59XX. An unattainable goal? But Jade can do it. And I'll have you know, chat, I am proud I am proud to say that Jade eventually did not only get her sub hour, but she successfully bopped Cleveland Tom by 8 seconds. GG's to Jade. Super nice lady. I like her a lot. I don't have a way to play Chrono Trigger anymore. Ooh, we did get, during the Haiku sale, and the generosity of all of the wonderful viewers and peep lurkers and everybody in the chat, we were able to pull off, I believe, a level 5 hype train. This haiku is typed huge hype train. The hypest one gets. Bits and subs flow like water. Let's get to level 5. And I believe in this context we did. Brandy, prove it. We're not here for talking, we're here for doing. As you may know, Cleveland Tom is a married man. He enjoys a 4-year age difference. I don't know if he enjoys it, but he experiences a 4-day age difference over his wife. I'm sorry, 4-year difference, not 4-day difference. 4-year age difference over his wife. This haiku is titled, Older Than the Wife. Robbing the cradle, a man when she was 13. That would be weird. Luckily, we didn't meet when she was 13 and I was 18. We met when I was in my 30s and she was in her 20s. Not at all creepy. Not at all. Video or it didn't happen. This one is a bit of haiku stream meta. We're listening to it right now. This haiku is titled Haiku Music. Helf's alter ego made music in tarot theme. Gray Matter, Bandcamp. So if you do like the music that's being played in the background here during the Haiku Slam and all the other haiku writings and presentings, you can check it out there, graymatter.bandcamp.com. Click the link. Helf's a good dude. He's been a pal of mine on this platform ever since I showed my ugly face around here. I like to get him as much love as I possibly can. Get the music. You can have it for free. You can slide him a few bucks. I think it's all the same to him. Another food-related one. You know, days of the week in most households have delegated food stuffs for them. This is a very common one, very popular one here in the United States. This one's titled Taco Tuesdays. Celebrate Tuesday with tacos mexicanos and for Wednesday lunch. Who doesn't like tacos? I didn't say I wouldn't take them all at once. They were not clear in the language there, and I used to be a lawyer, so they're not going to get me. Brady, please. This one, another thing you may not know about Cleveland Tom is that his wife is an immigrant from Poland, so he speaks a pretty good amount of Polish, as does their son, Cleve Jr. And sometimes when interacting with your children, you need to yell at them in any way you can. This one's titled Yelling at Your Child in Polish. A secretive bond told him he's being a butt, and polski język. That means in Polish tongue. Multilingual stream. Get like me. Oh, this is one from our pal AK Potatoes. One of the many. Is that why? Is that the tie that binds? That's our breakfast at Tiffany's. Brandy is the 1 shower a quarter. This one is from our pal AK Potatoes. It's also about potatoes, go figure, as I believe almost all of his haikus are. This one's titled Farming Potatoes in Alaska. In the last frontier, tires climb while shoots go higher. Harvest in the fall. Brandy, deodorant is oppression of the proletariat. We don't do that here. We let our pheromones fly off our body like fleas off a dog. This one, speaking of Phenomenal Sir and a game we previously mentioned, this haiku is titled Rings of Power. Sega RPG, frequently killed in combat, constantly lost. I've never played Rings of Power, but that's how I feel that would be. That was actually a rewrite. I thought the original one was so bad that I actually rewrote it completely. The first one is so bad, I hate it. It's probably the worst one I did all year, and I rewrote it to something a little bit more mediocre. We do have integrity here on the Cleveland Tom stream. This one's a personal favorite of mine. This is from Darthling in September. Features our pal Doomtap again. It's titled Erotic Fanfiction, starring Doomtap. Wear the lobster suit, he says as he undresses. I've come to plow you. If only haikus had more lines. I should figure out how many Doomtap haikus we wrote this year. I bet you it's at least 1% or 2% of all haikus feature Doomtap as subject matter. This is still a speedrunning stream periodically when it's not whatever this nonsense is. One of the games we play is the subject of this haiku, titled Dr. Mario. Pills of 3 colors, frustration mounts as they stack. The viruses win. The viruses win. Eventually the viruses win. I'll get that PV down one of these days when I have time to stare at my screen endlessly and painfully. This one is for an individual who underwent a name change in a stream. He used to go by the name of Anthony Frog. Decided to change his name to Milius. Solid dude from where I can understand. This haiku is titled, He Used to Be a Frog. Metamorphosis. Discarded an unliked name. Emerged rebranded. Good for him. He's been in the Discord a little bit. It's good to see Milius out there and about. Glad to see he's not a frog. If you don't want to be a frog, you guys should have to be a damn frog, okay? You know? Oh boy, this is the second one on this subject from our friend Kosloof, who's probably waking up right now because he gets up stupid early for some reason. This one's titled Blue Waffles for Breakfast. Please don't Google this. No syrup needed. It creates its own sweetness. Just chow down on it. Yeah, it's pretty gross. We don't talk about that. Well, Brandy, I know you gotta go to bed. Do what you gotta do. I'll make sure this stuff's available for people to watch. During a raid, or during a stream back in June, I received a series of raids. We received a series of raids in the stream in rapid succession. This haiku is called Raid Train. The raid engine moves. Shuttle viewers to your stream. Don't forget the caboose. Believe me, chat, I never forget the caboose. Well, I have them recorded, Brandy. I have them recorded. This one, a sports-related thing from my pal Montreal Chris. He asked me a question. This haiku is titled Greatest Football Player of All Time. 100 yards per game. Left the game for movie fame. Also punched his wife. That, of course, is Brown's legend and all-time great football player, Jim Brown. Still the best there ever was. Well, this is going to kill you when I go for a break in a second. I've been going for about an hour already. As I've said before, we cover this topic on many different occasions here in haiku form. This haiku is titled Bacon. Bits in a salad. I've seen it in a milkshake. Too much is too much. Why can't we just have moderation in our lives when it comes to bacon? Break is only going to be like 3 minutes. Basically, to go pee and get some water, and I want to check and see if my VODs are up or videos are up, and we'll sort that out. Maybe I'll clip them too. Or I'll get up early tomorrow and do that. But I need to go pee at some point and get some water. And also not sit here for an hour straight like I've been doing. This is a gaming topic from our pal in Canada, Chainsaw Bear, from the Haiku Sale. It's titled Emulation Inferior to Original Hardware. Big ol' CRT. Emulation is shortcut. Aging tech is best. I play on original hardware. I am not on a CRT right now because my CRT died 2 days ago. So maybe I'm a fraud. Exclamation. Lies. There's a big ass pile of haikus. Ooh, this one from a pal Lookin' Toad. I haven't seen Lookin' Toad around in a while. A very popular speedrun video game, a very popular cartoon for people in my age demographic. It's titled DuckTales. Rich man adventures, nephews as cannon fodder. What is a duck blur? It's a duck blur. You know, you might solve a mystery or just possibly rewrite history. I'm just saying, I'm down for whatever. This one I'm not super fond of. I believe sometimes when you're talking to people and you don't really know what to say, you dig deep and you hit them with a, that's cool. A bit of a brush off. A clear response can't be found. Seek a topic change. The pretty good social interaction haikus that we've done here so far that I like. Excuse me. Ooh, another one from the Haiku Sale. A very fun game that I think everybody should play if you're into the genre of games. This one's from our man Rocket Sauna up in Canada, big in Canada. It's titled Metal Slug. Arcade run and gun. Bad guys, but then aliens. One hit and you die. That had to have been 100. This one combines my two favorite kind of streams. It's from Darthling. It's titled Hot Tub Punch Out. A new combat sport. Loser ends up in hot soup. Winner, just hot legs. Sounds relaxing. Sounds potentially deadly. Another installment of the ultra minimalist Cleveland sports theme and city haiku topics. This one's titled The Cleveland Cavaliers. Years at the bottom. LeBron's heroic return. 2016 champs. Still feels good. This one is the August 11 edition of the Cleve News haiku. Tomorrow matchup. Cleve Juniors, summer vacay, all work things broken. So, if I remember correctly, we lost our first tournament game. Eventually, we fixed all work things. But it's a little glimpse into my life on August 11th. This will be the last one before I take a little break here. This one's from my pal Muta Shadow, Pennsylvanian. I like that dude. This is when old QE2 finally shuffled off the mortal coil. This one's called Queen Elizabeth. Meets God with gloved wave. world's longest reigning monarch, beloved in some places. That's not bad. I mean, I'm not beloved. Actually, I'm beloved in a lot of places too, but I try to make a big deal about it. So with that, guys, I believe we've been going for about an hour and 5 minutes or so straight. What I'm going to do is put up some music, put up the Haiku Blues, and we're going to come back in about 2 to 3 minutes. Please, don't go anywhere. Hang on. Greetings, everybody. We're back. Let's get back to it. No, I want this one. Alright guys, welcome to hour-ish 2 of today's Haiku Slam. Let's get us another beefy pile of haiku magic together. We'll go another hour. We'll do what we gotta do to keep this machine moving. That break was a little longer than I anticipated, but I also did some stuff on the computer while I was here too. This is every haiku we've read so far today in one gorgeous pile. Look at that. Look at that big beefy tostada right there. Look at that. Who doesn't want a piece of that? Okay, so without further ado, let's get back to work. Come on, pick this up. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, this is an older one from way back in March when we were so young and innocent. This haiku is titled Friday. Day before weekend. Tomorrow there will be time to clean and to shop. This was 100% a Brandy haiku. That is a quintessential Brandy haiku as far as I can tell. This one is about a topic we'll cover greater detail later in the year. I have not seen this man's haiku, by the way. Keep working on those. This one's titled, it's from Nine Names, the man from the land down under. It's titled Potatoes. King of the tubers, baked with a medium steak, with cheese and bacon. Believe me, this is not the last time on this stream we'll be talking about potatoes. This one goes way back to June when we first crossed the seemingly impossible task of 300 haikus. This haiku is titled 300 haikus. 300 haikus, one for each of the Spartans. For this is Cleveland! Ah. Do with that what you will. But I wrote it, and then I read it. This one is another Brandy meta haiku. We keep statistics here on who gets haikus. There was a period of time where our friend, our high queen herself, had a pretty high percentage of all the haikus done on the stream. She found it disappointing though. This haiku is titled only 27% of haikus. More than a quarter of haikus done for Brandy. I feel she wants more. She ended up finishing at 19.5% all the haikus. But that just means the load got shared a little bit better across more people. This is along the same lines here. It's titled Needing More of a Percent. 19.5. A number too low, she seeks to direct it skyward. Her haiku percent. Once you learn to let go a little bit, it worked out good for everybody, didn't it? Everybody should be pretty happy with what we got. Your game is perfectly stacked where it needs to be. This one is an eternal topic, a food subject that is discussed frequently across all walks of life. This one's titled Cake is Greater Than Pie. Moist with frosting, gross, messy pie eaters aren't living quite right. We're a pro cake stream here at Cleveland Tom Industries, though. We like our cake. I'm not going to fight you on it, but I will judge you silently. Back in September, we enjoyed a great success in this stream. We completed a personal best Tyson challenge. We're very proud of it. We haven't played it since. This one's from Darthling. It's titled Crushing Your Goals on First Round Mics. Start with modest goals. 7 first rounders start. Confidently cruise. I believe we ended up with 9 out of 14 first round mics. Quite the achievement. We're very proud of ourselves. He was very proud of himself. I kind of shrugged and like, it's this video games dork. Guys, sometimes you're out here playing video games and you really struggle and you grind and you get where you want to go. This haiku is titled, Well Deserved, GG. Salute of efforts, meaningful when it's earned. Chat knows your struggle. Chat knows your struggle. They're in here with you and they care. And they're going to remember. And they're going to GG you and it's going to feel good. This one is from the Haiku Sale. That was the longest stream I've ever done, or we've ever done here in the Cleveland Tom stream. This haiku is titled 8-Hour Stream. Average night's sleep. Waking dream of Tom talking. Maybe some gaming. Boy, did I get tired of talking. I never thought I could, but I did. This one is another personal preference. We decided earlier that we preferred pens to pencils because we're adults. This haiku is titled Gel Pens versus Ink. A steam of gel pens. Must protect it with your life. Ink sticks straight to the trash. Yes, folks, Cleveland Tom is a pen diva. You can't tell him nothing right now. This one is from Jay Riggs back in June. It covers a person that I can't imagine existing that come in this stream. It's titled People Not Redeeming Haikus. Vaults full of Cleve bucks. What are you hoarding them for? Patronize the arts. Cleve bucks are made to be spent, baby. This is like the third. We did like 3 haikus on this subject this year, somewhere in that neighborhood. It came up on more than one occasion. This one from our pal Samurai Udansha, I believe his only request for the entire year. This was in the summer, yet he wanted a haiku titled Autumn Breezes. A crispy morning, a touch of cold in the air. Fall is upon us. Now we're in winter's grip. Fall seems like a distant memory. It'll come back around again. It always does. This one's from our pal Jedi and Haiku Champ Jedi, who started streaming this year. It's about the most important part of any stream. It's titled Stream Layout. How the chat sees you. Mine is plain and effortless. Jedi's was a gift. Someone gave Jedi his, and it looks pretty cool. Mine, this one's actually probably the most elaborate one I've ever done. There's like 4 things on it. This one, for our hockey-loving Cleve fam out there, is from, in the summer, from Donatello, 86. It's titled, Hockey's Over, No Oilers. The Oilers are out. There's sadness in Edmonton. Hockey's done till fall. I don't think about hockey. I live a hockeyless life, and for the most part, I'm thriving. So, sucks to be you, dude. I don't know, bruh. This one is a meta haiku, of course. We do a lot of meta haikus from Ultra Minimalist. It's titled Cleve Bucks. I think we've done more than one of these. This land's currency. Don't let Haiku Tom steal them. He'll use it for drugs. Scandalous, salacious, and unprovable. Somewhat possible, somewhat based in reality. But you can't prove it. I'm tired of this Haiku Tom slander that's taking place over here. Speaking of slander, this is from our friend Brandy, who declared that she wanted the title Haiku Whore. I don't know where to go with this one, to be honest. Out on the corner, trying to get that haiku for the love of the art. I don't want to insult my friend. I don't care what she says. I'm not going too far with that one. This one, also a Brandy one. We were kind of lumped together in dates here again. I'm going to start randomizing a little better. This one, this is a good one. From our pal Every Time We Slay, who supplied the haiku boogie, or the haiku blues that you hear in the breaks and between in the breaks and before we start. This one's about playing video games and having the joy of a new category. Freshly opened book, new strats, new timing, new hope. Learn, set goals, and play. It's one of the joys of video gaming, is the opportunity to start something brand new and build nothing into something. This is another Brandy meta haiku. It's about something we all know about her. It's titled, Wanting More Haiku. Insatiable lust, she's caught the disease badly. Haikus are the cure. Do get better, Brandy. Do get better. This one covers one of the funnest parts of being a retro game player in general. It's from our man Sots. I do like Sots a lot. He's a pretty awesome guy. It's titled, The Joy of Achieving Your Goals. Life's most perfect drug. On your personal summit, take in your kingdom. Just look out on it and realize that just once in this miserable farce we call life, you were able to achieve something. Anything. It's good enough for me. This one is from our friend Darthling. We've done quite a few wrestler-themed haikus, though I'm not a wrestling fan per se. This one's titled Stone Cold. Oh, I know why. This is because we did our 316th haiku for the year, so it merited a bit of a celebration. This haiku is titled Stone Cold. The preferred mention for 316 things, and that's the bottom line. I don't do impressions. Apparently I only do impressions of wrestlers. Go figure. Go fig, huh? This was a bit of an SMB3 community meme back in the summer. Used for clipping and the like. This one's titled Nose Wigglers. When in a tight space, a little nose wiggle helps. Just slide on in there. This really does suit a lot of purposes. I'm going to keep this a PG stream and say it involves the SMB3 7.1 clip, or 6.9, which is a pretty nice clip, if you know what I mean. This, I believe, was the year debut from our friend the Bagler 5, before we started talking about people smelling and having bongo legs, or whatever the hell that means. This one's titled Creamed Corn Boxing Gloves. Not designed for punches. Effective delivery for eating creamed corn. I can hardly imagine eating my creamed corn not off a boxing glove now. That's how much this haiku changed my life. Ooh, this is a good one. This is the August 4th edition of the Cleve News Haiku. The last day of a run, a weekend of being hot, single segment runs. I believe we were playing Punch-Out then, because we played a lot of Punch-Out this year. And I believe it probably was hot on August 4th. Ooh, this is one of my... this makes me miss my friend, the two-headed squirrel. Super lovely lady who used to come in here at the beginning of the year. I don't know, another casualty of Twitch and not being able to see somebody that you befriended. This is early in the year. This is from the 4th of January, the first day of haikus, but not the first one we did. It's titled, What's 2022 to Bring? The world will end soon. That's what they want you to think. Optimism rules. Now that we're at the end of the year, it makes me think a lot. Is that the world does feel like it's ending. But I'm going to maintain my optimism because that's all you can really have at the end of the day. She also made me this drawing behind me of Boxing Tom as a 200th follower gift. What a nice lady, man. I wish she was around still. Hopefully she's still out there somewhere. Hopefully she's still okay. Hopefully she's doing good. And hopefully she pops in to visit us real soon, because I do miss her. This one from back in June. Katie Bruin with, I believe, her one and only debut haiku. We were talking about music, and I was wearing a particular shirt for a particular band, a band that I'm very fond of. This haiku is titled Less Than Jake. Florida ska band, singers sound identical, borders and boundaries. If you must listen to a Less Than Jake album, and I'm giving you a recommendation, give Borders and Boundaries a try. It's probably my favorite one. I think it's a little more attainable than the other ones, a little less silly. Though it is silly, it has some silly parts to it. This one from our man Rocket Sauna. Back in this fall and spring, and at various points in the year, some of my age starts to affect me some. I was having a little bit of trouble getting around, just because, I wasn't taking particularly strong care of myself. This was titled Back Pain. Hurts to walk or sit. Clothesline used as a flagpole. Still incurable. The people who figure out how to cure back pain are going to be getting back pain from all the money they're carrying around. That is the better mousetrap. That is the holy grail. That is the thing we're all seeking as a medical community. This one is from our pal Rocket Sauna in October. It's a common Mike Tyson's Punch-Out maneuver that you have to deal with. Speedrunners don't see it. It's titled the Bald Bull Charge. I believe we did 3 Bald Bull Charge haikus this year also. Inevitable. Evade, delay, or gut punch. One of you goes down. It's always him. It's never me. Come on. I'm Cleveland Tom. Ooh, this one is the October 28th edition of the Cleve News Haiku. Much needed rest day. Tomorrow, Cincinnati. Started high score runs. I do recall this is right before we lost the stream for a month. I did enjoy my 3 weeks without streaming, but I did miss it quite a bit. This is you're still in and out. That's okay. The VODs are up for everything. I'll make sure you get it for sure. Go get some rest, Brandy. It's not worth being tired tomorrow for. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I can screw around here for as long as I can handle it. This one is a Brand Diesel haiku though. While it's noteworthy, as she is not really a streamer per se, she does have a pretty high follower count. She's at least in the 200s. This haiku is titled High Follower Count with No Stream. Okay, she don't stream. One cannot have followers without leading to. How very deep. You should stream something sometime, even from your phone. It'll be fun. This is another Brand Diesel one from the Haiku sale. 227, that's right. You can say a lot of things about Brandy. One of them you can say, above all other things, is the title of this haiku. It's called Invested in Stream. Tossed me some biddies, hung in for the whole damn thing, gave moral support. Brandy, I believe, was there for every stinky second of the haiku sale, both sessions of it. What a trooper. What a trooper, what a pal. Your efforts are always appreciated, my friend. And neither am I. It doesn't stop me. This one is a Kosloof special. I kind of like this one. It's titled, No Matter How Hard I Shake, I Still Get Ketchup Pre-Cum on My Hot Dog. My hot dog is wrecked. Can't quite mix it together. Thin, red discharge. I don't eat ketchup. This is not a problem for me. Yeah, second day was a Saturday. You usually work Saturdays, don't you? This one is for our pal Darth. It's a bit of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out commentary. It's titled Worst Hair in Punch-Out. He's not really bald. His barber forgot to stop. Hair below his ears. This is a haiku, of course, about the Turkish sensation Bald Bull. So between that and the bull charges, I believe we talk about Bald Bull a lot. Ooh, this one, another haiku sale one from Rocket Sauna, a Canadian. Great supporter of the channel and the stream. This one's titled, Cleve Bucks Worth More Than Canadian Currency. It's recession proof. The world markets rise and fall. Cleve bucks retain worth. Remember, no matter what happens, a haiku will never cost more than 1,000 Cleve bucks. You have my guaranteed word on this. You can save them with confidence. This one is from the European invasion stretch of the year, which was late June, or late July, early August. It's from our friend and overall quality human being, Alice HK8. It's titled, Nico's Feet Stink. They're far from his head. Perhaps he is unaware. Feet smell like Edam. Edam is a Dutch cheese, and he's Dutch. How much Dutch cheese smack can I possibly talk? I just told another man he has stinky feet. This is a haiku from Brandy about, once again, I've said, probably my favorite haiku subject, Doom Tap. And in what we've made up is his fictional relationship with Alice. This haiku is titled, Doom Tap and Alice's Relationship. His love, far away, spies her across the ocean. Harsh words hide the truth. You know, sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants, but the brain throws up roadblocks. I think that's what we're dealing with there. Oh, this one is from our pal Jedi. Suffered a great injustice in fantasy football. A victory was snatched quite literally from his hands. He deserved better, that's for sure. This haiku is titled, Losing in Fantasy to a Last Second Kneel Down. In V formation, while on victory's doorstep, fantasy defeat. Poor Jedi. I don't think he made the playoffs either, so that one hurts. I still like fantasy football. That's something I ain't afraid to say. This one's from our buddy Hockey Fan, a young fella. This haiku is titled High School. All full of hormones. Learn social navigation. And maybe some maths. I barely remember being in high school anymore. High school is a horrible time for almost everybody. And if it's not a horrible time for you, then it was the best you ever were, I believe. That's my opinion. It's also because I wasn't cool or anything like that. I mean, I'm super cool now. I mean, come on. Beret, glasses, vest. Come on. What are we even talking about here? This one, oh boy, another Browns-centric haiku from our man Gustavo Shrapnel, who's I believe, like, through his father, he's like an honorary Browns-ish fan, though I don't think he's a big football fan. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's more of a hockey baseball guy. One of those weird combination of guys you run out there. This one's titled Jacoby Brissett, starting QB for the Browns. Season on the brink. Journeyman taking the snaps. Keeping a seat warm. And now that is 4 months later and the seat now belongs to the original quarterback. I don't feel like we're that much better off, guys. I really don't. But what are you going to do? They're not going to ask me to play because I don't like sports. Ooh, this one from April Fool's Day from our pal Montreal Chris. I can't imagine how we got here as a title. It's simply called BJ. Penn was a fighter. Intern gave one to Clinton. 21 in cards. Beats me what that is even supposed to be about. Initially, I just think I came up with all the things that were called BJ that I could think of, which luckily maximizes that 3, but not 2. 2 would have been not enough. This is one from our Danish friend, the Pickled Peppers. A simple haiku about a simple subject. This haiku is simply titled Water. building blocks of life can erode down a mountain or cool down your drink. Cleveland Tom used to work in water treatment, and believe me, you do not want to get this guy started talking about hydrogen bonding. You'll want to self-eliminate. Once again, I can't imagine what the source of this was, but what the cause of this was. This haiku is from Brandy back in June. It's titled Prematurely Divorced. Though I believe it's reasonably well-known common fact that Cleveland Tom had suffered a divorce earlier in his life. Maybe that's what it's referring to. A bond has broken. Over before it began. No spouse support, though. Nice. This is another one from the European invasion. Quite an interesting subject. I don't know what the hell they were doing over there. I can guess what they were doing over there. I think they were drinking and trying to understand their feelings for each other. I guess that's what I mean. That's my take of the thing. This one from the Bagler 5 is titled Can't Live Without Alice. She Can Cook. Bagler is smitten. Stomach is path to man's heart. Alice paves, said path. How cute. Who doesn't love romance? At the end of the day, here at the Cleveland Tom Stream, we love a lot of things, but we definitely love love. That was June Brandy. I just don't remember what it was. I just don't remember what brought that on. Oh, this one, famously from our boy AK Potatoes, one of the many potato haikus that I wrote this year. This one's titled Yukon Gold Potatoes. With golden insides, the Cadillac of tubers, the only side needed. I believe I wrote at least 2 Yukon Gold Potatoes haikus, and I believe I use the word tubers quite often. This one's from the Haiku Slam and our pal Darthling. I put it on a card. We were talking about video games, as we often do, and he asked me, what's the most enjoyable randomizer to watch? It's Familiar Ground, Plumber's Random Adventures. Compelling content. That, of course, is referring to an SMB3 rando, which, in my opinion, is probably my favorite one to watch. And I've actually played more of them than any other. By that I mean like 4 or 5 times I've finished one. I'm surprised I'm still finding haiku style haikus in here. I really am. This one has a typo in the name. It says Jetto on it. I feel like I'm a bad friend. Aging happens to everybody, and in the modern age, you expect to reach certain milestones in your life. This haiku is titled Turning 40. Reached middle-aged, 4 decades on this big rock. Wisdom replaced health. As I know health, because I know health. There's a lot of 40-year-olds that frequent the stream, and including myself, as this is just a middle-aged hangout. This is a locker room with a Y. This is a Brandy and Flyer meta one from the Haiku Sale. It's titled Being in Kindergarten Before Your Boyfriend is Born. Started out ahead, reading when he was a newborn. Means you're always right. That's why in jobs we just find the oldest person and put him in charge, because that's all you need. Just give me an old person. They'll take care of everything. Okay, Brady, you gotta go to bed, girl. Oh, this one is from Jedi. He asked me a deep, probing personal question. Mario or Punch-Out? Best game. Punch-Out tests your skills. Sprawling SMB3 world makes it my top game. I do believe I still like Super Mario Bros. 3 better because there's just so much going on there and you can play it a lot of different ways. Punch-Out's a great game in its own right. There's really nothing like it on the NES library that really equates to that challenge and that fun. But SMB3 to me is a superior game and a personal favorite, of course. Yet another one from the haiku sale. Darth getting extremely deep here. This haiku is titled, I'm going to surprise, unless maybe he consigned this for Kos. This is a very Kos haiku. It's titled, Old People Smell. Is it the clutter? Perhaps it's hard to wash. In any case, ew. As a ardent non-bather, I find this incredibly offensive. I'm going to switch the stack around a little bit. I'm getting a lot of haiku sales in a row. This one is from Darthling, as he's a punch-out runner also. Another personal opinion question. What is the most underappreciated MTPO category extension? 14 straight mics. Use peak skill plus RNG. Where elites compete. That, of course, is the Tyson Challenge category, where you fight 14 mics in a row, add all your times up. I'm currently not last until Nino decides that he's going to beat me. But I got 9 first rounds in mine, which is pretty damn solid. I've never seen Dart stream. He don't stream. I don't think he streams that much, but he's a runner, yeah. Speaking of punch out, of course, this is from our pal Jay Dirk. Jay Dirk, who is a top tier punch out runner. This is supposed to be double entendre, perhaps, but it's titled "Getting Fisted" by Hippo. His fists made of spam, a mouth open, and a bonk stare up at the lights. He is objectively one of the hardest punchers in the game, though you never should really interact with him on that level. No need to feel like an asshole. It's fine. I've never seen him stream either. So this one's a bit puzzling to me. It's from my pal Helf, who wears many hats in the organization, and I consider a pal as much as you can be. And a person who was very important to the early establishment of the stream. It was a bit of a meme around here. It's titled, Tendering My Resignation. I'm leaving this place to seek opportunities. A polite frig off. Helf, of course, I've leaned on him a lot less, so he probably doesn't. He's probably a little bit more willing to answer me if I ask for something. Though he's always very friendly. I feel like I was putting a little stress on him to help me out, but though he's still around here, he's still on the org chart. What time? Let me see. How many minutes am I on here? My plan is to do 25 more minutes of haikus. 25 more minutes. I'm going to try to get ahead so I don't have to do them all at once at the end. 25 more minutes. This is from Hyelith. Hyelith has some of the great 25 minutes plus the haiku report. So I'm going to go on 25 minutes and then 25 minutes after that. This one is from my boy Hyelith. He wanted me to look back into my history books and talk about edgy boy Tom. His hair and his eyes, 90s angst is strong in him. It's all bullshit, man. Young Tom was insufferable. Middle-aged Tom is also insufferable, but it's slightly more endearing. And I have a mustache. This one is something that I think the average person might run into from time to time. It's from our pal Jedi. It's titled Mismatched Socks. Laundry day mix-up. Keeps your secret all day when no one looks down. I recall... Oh, jeez. Thank you, Brandy. I'll accept that praise. I believe we've covered this topic on more than one occasion in various forms. Obviously, one of the main dangers of platforming in the NES is meeting your fate with death via a bottomless pit. This haiku is titled Pit Strats. Best stay on your guard, punishing you for casualness. To your death, you fall. Man's greatest enemy will always be gravity and time. Pit Strats represent the former. This is a good day for us to get ahead too. See, plus look at all these free haikus you're building up. This is a Brandy one. You know, in a world full of people. Most people qualify. Most people fall into this category. It's titled Strangers. Unfamiliar face. A friend you haven't met yet. Don't get in their van. Don't do it. Stranger vans. Not a fun place. Not gonna have a good time, I'll tell you that much. Probably. They might though. What can I say? This one is from our pal Joey in Gaming, or Nintendo Joey. He asked me a personal question. What tattoo I would want? A branch of service, the eagle, globe, and anchor for esprit de corps. As you may or may not know, Cleveland Tom served in the Marines for 6 years back in the late 90s, early 2000s. He did not get a Marine Corps tattoo, and it's unlikely at this point that he ever will. He'd like to maintain his acres of pasty pinkish skin as pristine as the day he was born, marked only by time and natural scarring. This is one about our pal. I did see it. It was long. I just stopped to think about it. I was trying to read it on my phone and it wasn't working. I get weird about overly sentimental Marine Corps stuff though. I really do. Like it makes me uncomfortable, and it makes me kind of uncomfortable. I can't explain it. Our man Donatello 86 and his size, back for their second mention here. It's titled 10 Flips. Nimble wrists and hands. Cold steel flashes in the light. One for each finger. Go to Donatello 86's stream. Redeem the 10 flips and you'll see something that's fairly impressive that I can't do. Then again, he ain't read 1,000 haikus and we're making a big deal about that. I like this one. This is about our man Rocket Sauna and his own personal challenges with Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This haiku is titled Soda Popinski, a wall Rocket can't climb. In the world circuit, personal Iron Curtain, he laughs in his face. Ooh, no one wants that. The Book of Face. I get a weird emotional response to stuff like that. Like it's a bit of like survivor guilt and like kind of like, I don't know. I can't explain why I feel the way I do. I've thought about it for years. And I haven't come up with a conclusion yet. It's just a feeling inside that I haven't been able to understand. This one is from our man, the Phenomenal Sir. It's titled, it's also a day that may never come. It's titled, The Day That Tom Got Good. Tom climbs like the sun, shining his greatness on us. He's finally good. There's a sister poem to this too. Hopefully it's nearby. Is it not nearby? No, not quite. Okay, this one. We get a couple. Oh yeah, that makes sense. You kind of give me those vibes a little bit too. I get it. This one is a difficult topic from Montreal Chris. We do touch some real life topics here from time to time. This one's titled Human Rights Violations. Oppressive nations, ignore them for business deals, turn a blind eye. Everybody is in bed with somebody that you don't want to be in bed with. That's just how business is done. There's no progress without somebody's pain, probably. This is from our pal Angelic Jade. She wanted us to move into some fictional creatures. This one's called Heffalumps and Wookiees. Mythical creatures, light cryptozoology. Please stay in the books. I don't want to meet a Wookiee. I don't trust them. I know there's a lot of people that's a very common thing, but you know, my experience also concurrently is that the most parts are kind of just people who did a thing, you know, in a moment. Like, I don't know. I don't overplay my own experience, and I don't put myself on a pedestal because I certainly don't deserve one. I did less than you could possibly do. This was from the very end of the haiku sale. I had to stop, shut the faucets off at some point so we can continue on with our stream so I could finish. It's titled Out of Stock. The shelves have gone bare. Fingers worked to the bare bones. Nothing left to sell. It's quite an adventure we had that day, but it had to end, and we had to stop writing haikus lest pain ensue. We're out of stock right now, technically. I think I just took it off the board, actually. This one is from our pal Rocket Sauna, trying to encapsulate what the Cleveland Tom stream was for this year. It's titled Throwing Punches and Writing Haikus. Warrior poet. His pen can be quite deadly. Punches mighty, too. We could be more than one thing in this world, guys. Oh, yeah, that was a really tough time. Well, my dad was a Vietnam vet also. It probably contributed some to his current situation, though I do believe some of his stuff was inevitable. Now, from the haiku sale, a pretty broad, pretty broad topic to discuss. We tackle this one, titled Sports. Replacement for war. Societies need a release and a score to keep. This is kind of tied into what we're saying here. A little bit. Ooh, another food topic. Are we in a dead spot here? There we go. We're back. A wonderful confection that I like to have from time to time. This one's titled Wendy's Frosty. Dip your fries in it. Feel the cold chocolate texture. Being done Dave's way. Why are we not being paid millions of dollars for this one? I have like $10 million worth of IP in this stream right now. Our pal helfmyselp restarted his Discord, and he's a pretty active member on there anyway. This one is titled Content of Help's Discord DMs. Basic Discord talk, making emotes for friends, and album artwork. That about covers it, by the way, if you've ever dealt with Help. That's what you're going to get from the man. This is fall, October, for our man Gustavo Shrapnel. He asked me opinion to describe somebody. This haiku is titled, Who would put pumpkin spice on bacon? Food adventurers? Those living decadent lives? World's not enough? Here in the Cleveland Tom stream, I reserve to write, to judge the shit out of you for anything you do, for any reason, and not even philosophically consistent. It's in the bylaws. I can do what I want. God, there's no way we didn't do like a bunch of haikus today. Like way more than I need to. This one's a good one. This will come up in the haiku report done at the end of this stream here. We discovered that our friend Brandy actually did more haikus in the entire country of Canada. This haiku is titled Brandy, Greater Than Canada. Our neighbors up north, she conquered a whole country with her haiku love. Basically, Brandy Greater Than Canada is reality. Brandy, get some sleep. It's fine. You do so much. You've heard everything. It'll all be out there for you. If you're really, it'll all be on YouTube. It'll all be in VODs if you want to ever catch up. We're only going for 15 more minutes. So by all means, you're not missing anything. And I might cut that short too. Who did that haiku actually? That is a Rocket Song of Brandy Greater Than Canada. This one, Joe is Your Hero, our pal who recently just showed back up in the stream and around here. relatively serious topic. It's titled The Housing Market. I believe he works in mortgages. Can't afford to leave. Staying's not an option too. Prohibitive cost. Something that people have to worry about. Making ends meet. The housing market fluctuates. We're here at Cleve Manor. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna wait for this. We're gonna wait for the wheels to fall right off this thing. This is from our pal Gaming with Nino right before the Punch-Out tournament began, or while it was being organized. It's called Speedrunning Tournament. Gather the runners. Let's determine who's best in a tournament form. I do believe 8-Bit pretty much roasted everybody because he's the best right now in the game. Good for him. He deserves it. He deserves all the praise that goes along with that too. I probably finished last, but I did play. Ooh, a haiku from the Potato Collection from our man AK Potatoes. This one's called Crinkle Cut Fries. Oven baked or fried. Extra service area. Makes crunchy textures. Do you know they put crinkles in fries like that to create the surface area so you enjoy more crunch in your French fry? You learned something you didn't think you learned today, huh? You're welcome. This one, a bit of body humor, a bit of body subject, something that's natural, something you shouldn't be ashamed of. From our pal Sots. This haiku is titled Spittle. Moistness of your mouth, your microscopic water, proof that you were there. I watch a lot of Forensic Files, and I like to keep all my moisture inside. Thank you very much, because that's how they catch you. Not that I'm going to do anything wrong. Most of my crimes are laziness and drug use, but still, why take a chance? Oh gosh, my head itches. This is a Cleveland Town personal subject. He is known for wearing a pretty good amount of t-shirts. This haiku discusses his method for selecting t-shirts. It's titled T-Shirt Rotation. Time to spice things up. Churn up the forgotten shirts. Hope they still fit. Boy, that's a bit of a gamble. Sometimes they don't. Put them on anyway. Show everybody your deep, cavernous belly button. Pride's a bitch. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite ones also from our pal Yelleth, who came up with so many amazing haiku titles this year and haiku subjects with a relatively low number, pretty high impact. This haiku is titled Haiku Kaiju. Tall as a building, crushing your city with words in Japanese style. I like it. We've adopted a bit of the Haiku Kaiju nomenclature here. I just like how it sounds. It's so cool. Let's do. These are all pretty good here. Let's see. This one goes back to something that took place amongst the SMB3 runners, which I did not participate in back in the spring. Excuse me. Titled SMB3 Tournament. The Narf Man's Attempt. An SMB3 battle. Lucky I'm not in it. No, I would have gotten smoked by everybody. But maybe I'm lucky I wasn't in it. I wouldn't have played anyway. I'm not here to compete. This one is from our pal Nintendo Joey / Joey N Gaming. Something we all deal with on a yearly basis. It's titled Birthdays. Once per year, a choice. Wiser or closer to death? That's your decision. You should always choose wisdom if you have a choice. Wisdom's mostly free, and it's falling from the sky. You can just stick your hands out and grab it. This one is the catalyst of the haiku of the potato assault on the stream. The stream was left on when I left the room. This haiku is titled Secret Cleave Stream. Streamer negligence. He failed to shut his stream down. Potatoes swoops in. And he swooped in with a metric ton of potato haikus. I guess you can actually find some of these right now. Gotta be some in here somewhere. I want to find a few more potato haikus. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Alright, this is one from our man, the Phenomenal Sir. Simply titled, Supporting the Arts. The life of an artist barely puts breads in stomach. I'd starve without help. I'm pretty wily. Cleveland Tom would starve without help. Haiku Tom, he's going to find a way to make that bread, literally and metaphorically. Let's see. Ooh, we did this back on October 28th. It was a big deal. It was called Cleve Daystream. A much needed comp day. Time to waste others' work time. Haikus and sunlight. It was a Butte Clark, and I did enjoy myself very much doing it. That was also the day of the haiku stream of the haiku potato invasion. This haiku sports theme from our pal Gustavo Shrapnel, titled Bo Jackson, a great at two sports. Fate and injury stilled him. But we can't forget. He's been gone so long that you'd have to be like my age to remember him at his peak. History's judged him very friendly, but there's no, you can't look him up on the internet. He didn't play it on the internet. You have to go really digging deep to find him. This one's a follow-up haiku from our friend Moira. We did one earlier called The Day That Tom Got Good. This one's titled The Day After Tom Got Good. A day of conquest. The world acknowledges him. Then he wakes up. Or maybe we're not meant for greatness. Maybe we're just meant to be us. It's good enough for me. I'm pretty happy with it most of the time. This one is another personal haiku for Tom. We want to touch the somewhat delicate but perfectly understandable subject of Tom's mom. I call her D-Rock. Has the hands of a mason, built for discipline. My mother's hands are as big as mine, and she's like a foot shorter than me. And they're meant for slapping around some kids if they need it. Now she's just a kind old lady. It's very strange. Not the woman I grew up with. Just nice. I'm nice to my son. Don't be nice to him. Be nice to me. Okay, let's do another one from AK Potatoes. Surprisingly not potato themed. Yet another food topic. We cover a lot of food on these haikus. Food is the energy that we all rely on to survive. This one's called Rice Krispie Treats. A treat when you're sick. Cereal and marshmallows ruin dental work. If somebody tried to hand me a plate of Rice Krispie Treats, it would take every bit of my energy not to slap it out of their hand and go, hiya! When you love someone and they care less about you, pretend it's all okay. I don't know if it's a good haiku, but I don't know if that's a sustainable strat, my friend. I don't know if that's going to last. This one, from our pal 9 Names from the haiku sale. Most people's favorite season. This one's titled Summer. A beloved season, highlighted by the warm weather and the longer days. Who doesn't love summer? I don't love summer. I'm more of a spring guy myself. Fall, probably. I don't like being hot. This one is from the haiku sale. A long time when we were still in the middle of the mix here. It's titled Writing 105 Haikus. Poetry by page. What's harder than 100? Try 105. We did 20 more after that, too. It's a bit exhausting. We survived. We're surviving this. We're tough. We can do anything. Yeah? hard, stressful, right? This one is from the summer haiku sale from our man 9 Names. Surprisingly, we didn't tackle this topic a lot. I can only remember one more of this subject. It's titled, COVID, a pesky virus. It will be here forever. Mask or vaccinate. Or just get it 3 to 8 times like everybody else. That's what I ended up doing. Now you can't kill me with anything. Played a lot of Dr. Mario on stream this year. One of the Cleveland Tom go-to terms for Dr. Mario is referring to certain moves as cute. When you do something that's pretty nifty and a little risky. This haiku is titled Cuteness in Dr. Mario. It's a two-edged sword. Cuteness is greatness. Path to ruin. 2. Go to bed, Brandy. We'll see you tomorrow. I have 2 more minutes. I'm doing 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to haiku report. Thank you, of course, for your continued support. You need your rest. Tomorrow is going to hit you a lot harder than it's going to hit me. One of the great developments of this year was the creation of a P.O. box for Cleveland Tom. I get a little cough. It's just a little cough. I'm not worried. It's fine. I get a cough now and again. I'm a little sick, but it isn't anything to sneeze at. Plus, I get a little bronchial from time to time. Under lock and key. Waiting for Twitch fan presence, but none ever come. That's not true. We received a haiku from Slay, which is right over my shoulder here. We also received some pens from Brandy and Flyer. And I believe our pal Gustavo Shrapnel is going to send us one. This is one from our friend Brandy from July 15th haiku sale. It's about everybody's second favorite furry yard critter. Titled Chipmunk. Look like failed squirrels. Tried to eat my strawberries. Met his fate instead. I claimed a lot of chipmunk lives this summer, more than I'm proud to admit. But they were messing where they shouldn't have messed. And most of them just got caught in a trap and died in the elements overnight or something. Like they probably freaked out and had little chipmunk heart attacks. What the hell do I know? Back on 6/12, we were greeted by a massive double raid. Big raid stuff. This haiku commemorates that. It's titled Double Raid. I left it up there for you because it seems important to you. They come from all sides. Raid followed by a second. Time to entertain, because boy, are we natural entertainers here at the Cleveland Tom stream. Ooh, another one from the Potatoes Invasion of 2022. It's titled Tater Tots. Shredded and reshaped, fried tubular potatoes, a break from French fries. Thank you. I'll tell you what, man, like, these long drives I'm taking, I don't know if I'm getting the experience I want out of that, but kind of made it. We made it back, guys. Whew. You know, luckily traffic wasn't a big deal, so we were able to get to Erie, PA and back in a relatively short period of time. So what did I miss, guys? Anything fun happen? Anything interesting? A bunch of nonsense? Did the other guy do his job today? Oh, this is not my beer, is it? Oh, God. This smells terrible. I'm going to finish it up, though. I feel like he owes me one. Guys, another successful Haiku Slam. This one, day 3 in the books. I'll do an inventory here after we're done. I assume I got through another 200 or so. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. But we persist. Saturday's closing date for the corporate year, so we're going to get to it. Guys, let me say thank you very much for the people that hung on and watched and kind of interacted a little bit today. Brandy, go to sleep, please. You're making me tired just thinking about how tired you are. We got through another 20% of our yearly haikus. I couldn't be happier with all this stuff. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for just being awesome human beings and really kind of taking care of me when it comes to this stuff. It's super nice of you. Wholly unnecessary. This is a labor of love for myself. It's a vanity project. You know, you gotta do something to kind of keep the brain cells moving around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn over to you to close out the last 25 or so minutes of the stream, the 2022 Haiku Report. We're just going to turn that music down a little bit. It's a good track, but we'll listen to it later. Guys, thank you for hanging out. I will be on Friday. I'm going to try to get some earlier in the day. I'm trying to do some earlier in the day streaming so we can, this late at night stuff doesn't really work for me right now. I'm just tired. So we'll watch this. Please stand by. Wait for the Haiku Report. I will see you Friday. But until then, peace out, Girl Scouts. I will see you in the next one. Stick around.